Back in the garage, back in the garage, in the garage, in the garage, back in the garage today, back in the garage, back in the garage today.
Back in the garage.
What's up guys, back in the garage today installing a radiator guard on my 2016 KTM 1290 Super Adventure. So this is probably going to be the easiest back in the garage video I've ever shot because all we need is one part and an 8mm ratchet or wrench. And I did put an extension on there because I think it'll make it a little bit easier. The part number we're dealing with is this one right here. I'll also throw it up on the screen. This is a KTM factory radiator guard. It is used on both the new model 12 and 1090 Adventure R models. I don't believe it comes on the S model, and it definitely didn't come on my model, so we're going to put one on. Now before moving on to the next step, I would suggest checking out your radiator. If there's a bunch of dirt and bugs and crap in it, take the time now to clean it out before we go ahead and put the radiator guard on. Now if we come down here to the front of the bike where the radiator is, there are two screws going in right here. You can use a Torx, I can't remember if it's T20, I think it's a Torx 30 bit, or you can use an 8mm. We're going to go ahead and pull both these screws out using an 8mm socket. Now with both of those screws removed, we are going to hopefully be able to get this on without taking the crash bars off. It is going to go in this orientation. You see those two nipples sticking out of the top of it? I don't think I can get my camera in here to show, but if you stick your head up in here, you can see there are already two cutouts where those nipples are going to fall right into place. So we just want to put it behind the crash bar, insert it up here, and then we're going to put those two screws back in. Yeah, so that bad boy slid right into place. Doesn't get much easier than that. Everything's where it needs to be. We're just going to put these two screws back in the bottom. Now I will say, be sure not to over tighten these. We're just tightening it up to plastic and we don't want to crack this guard. That would defeat the purpose of putting it on. Alright guys, that's it. That's probably the simplest back in the garage video I have ever posted. Take out two screws, slide your radiator guard in, just make sure the two nipples are aligned up top, and put the screws back in. It doesn't get much easier than that, but hopefully that radiator guard will provide a little bit of added protection because I didn't have one on there at all, and like I mentioned about my Alaska trip, it just got packed with bugs and dirt and stuff, so a little bit of added protection will be nice. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, consider hitting that subscribe button because if you like motorcycles, this is the place to be. If you have any questions about this install, I'm not really sure I can answer them. It's two screws. It's about as easy as it gets. And as always, I'll talk to you again soon.